Hello and welcome to the latest webinar from Essent. Today we're going to show you how a warehouse management system helps optimize inventory and fulfillment to boost efficiency and add value to a business. My name is Doug Brill. I'm the Essent Marketing Coordinator and I specialize in the promotional products industry. I'm also your moderator for today. Before we begin, a very brief overview of Essent. Essent is the leader in providing comprehensive business management solutions since 1981. Essent has been serving distributors, decorators, and suppliers in the promotional products industry since the year 2000, and more than $3 billion in commerce flows through Essent solutions each year. We expect that you may have some questions, but in an effort to keep the webinar concise for everyone, we can only answer those questions offline. So feel free to use the webinar control panel to submit questions, and we'll be happy to answer them for you after the webinar has ended. So many businesses think of themselves as sales driven, but what happens after the sale? There is a whole range of critical operations between that sale and the final product delivery. These operations occur mostly in the warehouse, and they represent a sizable opportunity for any business. That's because optimizing inventory and fulfillment makes every order more valuable. Every order needs to be fulfilled, so limiting the time and cost of fulfillment reduces the cost of the order, making it more profitable. Optimizing inventory and fulfillment also means the business can sell more because it can process more orders in less time. The accuracy of information in a warehouse management system will reduce the mistakes that are so costly to go back and fix, and efficient picking, packing, and shipping will lead to increased customer satisfaction. Customers receiving accurate, hassle-free orders in a timely fashion are more likely to come back for more. Let's just take a moment to highlight the value that warehouse management creates all by itself. Third-party fulfillment providers like fulfillment houses and fulfillment centers simply take control of the warehouse and run it with tremendous efficiency. They're not necessarily selling products, they're selling the service of an efficient warehouse. And the e-commerce giants that we've all become familiar with are another great example. When you think about it, their sales operation is pretty minimal. They list items on a website, and almost the entire value proposition is to pick, pack, and ship more efficiently than anyone else can. And these are multi-billion-dollar e-commerce businesses built largely on inventory and fulfillment efficiency. So all this just goes to underscore the immense value that exists in warehouse management and efficiency in inventory and fulfillment. It's such a value add that it can be the crux of a multi-billion-dollar business all on its own. And with that, here to bring you a closer look is your presenter, Will Austin. Will is a business analyst for Essent, and he's also a specialist in the promotional products industry. He's going to tell you more about how a warehouse management system optimizes inventory and fulfillment to make every order more valuable.
Thank you, Doug. So warehouse management isn't just a matter of storing and moving products. It's a matter of information management. Every warehouse full of products is full of even more information. Every product has hundreds of data points attached to it. And this information ultimately is what drives warehouse operations. There is information about the product itself, such as category, subcategory, SKU, supplier, manufacturer, lot numbers, serial numbers. There's information about inventory and replenishment. This might also include things like inventory counts, reorder points, reorder quantities, required quantities, even back orders. And then there's fulfillment information, and this includes things like location, pick lists, wave packing lists, weight, dimensions, and everything else needed to pick, pack, and ship. Then there's financial information like costing and pricing. There are business documents associated with products like purchase orders, sales orders, advanced ship notices, and even order statuses. And perhaps more importantly, there is workflow information that defines just how the warehouse is going to perform inventory and fulfillment. A warehouse management system is the solution for storing and processing that sheer volume of information. Reams of data that would take hours to manually enter can be entered instantaneously. One way to do it is receiving against purchase orders. The purchase order already exists electronically in the warehouse management system, so once it's confirmed that the contents of the PO have been received, the purchase order information flows right into the warehouse management system and updates inventory. That information is entered automatically and in real time so that inventory information remains accurate and up to date at all times. And all that information is now in one central electronic repository, so it's easy to find the information just by using the search tools that the warehouse management system provides. So no matter how big the warehouse, a warehouse management system efficiently provides businesses and customers critical information when it's needed. So when we're talking about inventory, we're also talking about cash flow. So it's important to have accurate information, inventory information, at all times. Too much inventory means that there's potentially too much cash tied up in inventory, and that's going to leave less cash to operate. If there's too little inventory, on the other hand, then the items needed to fulfill and generate cash flow might not immediately be on hand. And when you start to think about inventory as cash flow, the importance of inventory accuracy becomes apparent. And when we're talking about inventory, more specifically inventory accuracy, barcoding is an extremely useful tool for inventory accuracy because it transmits inventory information instantaneously and accurately. Barcoding is one of the major tools that a warehouse management system can provide to keep inventory counts nearly 100% accurate. And with barcode verified fulfillment, a warehouse worker simply scans an item or groupings of items upon fulfillment. And scanning those barcodes, the items automatically are communicated to the warehouse management system, which in turn changes inventory and updates the count. And the warehouse management system also supports and helps managing inventory audits. This can be traditional physical inventory audits, or it could be cycle counting, which involves auditing portions of inventory in certain locations so that there's less disruption to daily operations. So with barcode verified fulfillment and inventory auditing tools, a warehouse management system can help achieve inventory accuracy with greater than that 99% accuracy. Keeping inventory counts accurate is a major consideration. And the next consideration is keeping inventory counts optimal. So in other words, keeping stock at the levels the business wants. And this is where inventory replenishment comes in. A warehouse management system is equipped with tools to manage replenishment and keep stock levels optimal. It starts with the business setting its rules for minimum reorder points and reorder quantities. When inventory counts fall below those thresholds, the warehouse management system displays what needs to be reordered and how much. The warehouse management system also automatically calculates required inventory, which is a powerful tool for defining rules for safety stock, material resource planning, or required stock in general. For the situations when a business runs low on stock, a warehouse management system also has backorder management tools. And for businesses with multiple warehouses, these rules can be set up on a per warehouse basis so that every warehouse keeps stock levels optimal. The warehouse management system lets a business know what items are needed and when they're needed. A business also needs to know the value of its inventory at any given time, whether it's company-owned inventory or customer-owned inventory. The inventory valuation affects significant financial and compliance considerations. For example, the value of the inventory affects tax deductions, capital assets, and equity. The inventory is part of the value of the business, so it's important to know the value of the inventory. Inventory valuation also affects cash flow, and without accurate inventory valuation, it would be easy to overstock or constrain cash flow. And since the value of inventory is equity, inaccurate inventory could affect the ability to borrow. Inventory valuation also has insurance implications. In order to have appropriate insurance coverage, the business needs to know the value of its inventory. This is equally important whether the business owns the inventory or it's holding it on consignment. A warehouse management system has the tools to manage inventory valuation so that accounting, cash flow, and insurance considerations are met. Perhaps the most critical piece is inventory accuracy, which we previously discussed. Knowing what's on hand is the first step to knowing the value of what's on hand. Meanwhile, cost analysis tools track average cost, standard cost, and actual costs for each product or group of products. This provides a clear picture of the cost to acquire items. And on the pricing side, the system can offer both default and custom pricing models. This gives businesses almost unlimited flexibility in creating special pricing for certain customers without having to define pricing for each and every customer. Warehouse management systems provide the complete, accurate picture of inventory valuation so that a business always knows the value of what's in stock. The bottom line is warehouse management systems manage inventory, and you want inventory that you can count on. Just as important as inventory is fulfillment, and a warehouse management system has the tools to handle that as well. Between the sale and the final product delivery, there's a critical range of operations that move the product from its current location to the buyer. Collectively, those operations are fulfillment, your pick, pack, and ship operations. The business that can pick, pack, and ship efficiently keeps order costs down, which drives order profitability up. It also enables businesses to process more orders in less time. When a sales order arrives, the fulfillment process begins, and the fulfillment process starts with picking. Efficient picking is a matter of physically gathering items in a minimum amount of time. The first step is knowing where to find the item. And it sounds basic, but in a warehouse with hundreds or thousands of products, finding an item is no small task. A stock locator in a warehouse management system can track things like zone, row, bin, shelf, and that will help find items as quickly as possible. And a warehouse management system can also automatically generate pick lists. Sales orders will define the items that need to be gathered, and the business can set order picking priority rules to say which items need to be picked in which order, and those order picking priorities align with other deadlines, workflows, statistics, logistics such as production time, back order status, preferred customers, freight carrier arrivals, in-hands date, and other criteria defined by the business. So picking is optimized for real-world deadlines and logistics. Integration with business management systems also make the warehouse management system even more powerful. The submission of sales orders can be automatically communicated to the warehouse management system, which in turn generates pick lists. A warehouse management system helps define a picking workflow that aligns with other workflows and logistics. Once picking operations are performed as efficiently as possible and any necessary production is performed, the next step in fulfillment is packing the order. A warehouse management system with rule-based fulfillment assists in creating efficient packing workflows. The business can set rules based on order classes, customers, in-hand dates, and other criteria, and these rules are used to ensure that packing is performed in the correct order and as efficiently as possible to satisfy customers. The warehouse management system then can generate workflows based on those rules. For example, it can give packing priority to preferred customers or dictate that rush order that needs to be packed first. And packing is more than just placing a single item in a single box. So a warehouse management system needs the flexibility to handle variations that arise, such as kitting, bundling, bill of materials, even partial shipments. For several variations of packing, a warehouse management system helps ensure packing is performed as efficiently as possible, according to the rules set by the business. So now that the item is picked and packed as efficiently as possible, it's time for shipping. A warehouse management system with shipping integration provides the complete, accurate picture on shipping prices and logistics. A warehouse management system is going to make shipping as efficient as possible. The warehouse management system holds information on weight, dimensions, number of parcels. It also knows shipping rates if it's integrated with popular carriers like FedEx, UPS, USPS. So the warehouse management system has the information it needs to estimate the cost of shipping. And having accurate pricing helps the business ensure that it charges the right amount for shipping instead of overcharging or undercharging based on manual estimates or one-size-fits-all rates. Integration also allows warehouse management systems to automatically communicate order information. Customer names and addresses can be automatically communicated to the carrier, and the carrier can automatically communicate actual weights, shipping charges, tracking numbers back to the business. The system can also automatically transmit shipping documents like shipping statuses, advanced ship notices, as well as invoices upon shipping. An integrated warehouse management system tracks and communicates costs and logistics for the complete picture of shipping. Warehouse management systems offer picking, packing, and shipping with ultimate efficiency. It helps define a picking workflow that aligns with other workflows and logistics. Even with variations of packing, a warehouse management system helps ensure packing is performed as efficiently as possible according to the rules set by the business. And integrated warehouse management systems track and communicate costs and logistics for the complete picture of shipping. So, does your business need a warehouse management system? We've put together 7 signs that it might. All right, so let's go through those 7 signs. Tracking inventory on paper and spreadsheets is manual, leading to errors, extra work, and extra rework. If it's not easy to access complete, accurate, real-time information on products and their counts, if it's hard to know the value of inventory, whether it's business or customer-owned, many businesses hold others' products on consignment, yet don't consider those products inventory. The consignee, nonetheless, is selling this inventory and will want to have a good handle on what's selling and what it's worth. When it feels like inventory operations and workflow are running on different schedules, it might be time for a warehouse management system. When the warehouse isn't integrated with the rest of the business, it's usually a sign of manual processes that are unnecessarily time-consuming and error-prone. And lastly, without a warehouse management system, it can be hard for a business to stick to its own inventory rules and keep stock levels optimal. All right, so now I'm going to turn it back over to Doug, and he's going to tell you how you can learn more.
Thank you very much, Will. Essent is dedicated to providing efficiency in the promotional products industry, and Essent solutions support all of the capabilities discussed today. Essent has an integrated warehouse management system built into its business management technology solutions. So to learn more about warehouse management systems, you can visit essent.com/WMS. There you can learn more about everything we discussed today, and also, if you like, get in touch with an Essent representative for a free consultation. Again, that's essent.com/WMS to learn more. Thanks again to everyone for attending today's webinar. Make the most of the warehouse with a warehouse management system.